A pedigree is a diagram depicting the inheritance of a phenotype. It can be used to determine possible modes of inheritance for a gene, possible genotypes of related individuals, and the possibility of an offspring of two people passing on a gene. Today, I will be giving an example of how to determine modes of inheritance for a gene by looking at a pedigree for House Atreides from the Dune Chronicles, a series of science fiction novels by Frank Herbert. In the novels, a society of witches known as the Bene Gesserit have been attempting to breed people for millennia to produce a trait known as prescience, the ability to see into the past and future. Here we see a pedigree of House Atreides, where individuals who are prescient are shaded, and those who lack the phenotype are unshaded. Let's go through several modes of inheritance to see what modes are consistent with this pedigree. The first mode we'll look at is autosomal dominant. In autosomal dominant, each parent has two versions of the allele, and an individual must have at least one copy of the dominant allele to show the phenotype. Here, Leto I and Lady Jessica would have to be homozygous recessive, since they are non-prescient. This means neither of them could pass on a dominant allele like we would have to see in Paul and Aaliyah for them to be prescient. Therefore, autosomal dominant is inconsistent with this pedigree. It is possible that prescience could be autosomal recessive. In autosomal recessive, an individual must be homozygous recessive to show the allele. Paul, Aaliyah, Leto II, and Ghanima would all be r. Chani, Leto I, and Lady Jessica would have to be heterozygous to provide a recessive allele to their children. Mentor Atreides could be heterozygous, and Becca could be homozygous dominant, and then Vladimir Harkonnen could be homozygous dominant, and Gaius Helen Mohiam could be heterozygous. This mode of inheritance is therefore consistent with the pedigree. Now we'll look at if the mode could be X-linked dominant. In X-linked dominant, the alleles are only present on the X chromosome, and the phenotype is expressed if the dominant allele is present. If prescience was X-linked dominant, then Paul Atreides would have to be X-large-dy with his only X chromosome carrying the dominant allele. This could not be the case, as his mother Jessica must be X-d, X-d, possessing both recessive alleles. Therefore, Paul would not be able to inherit a dominant allele, and this mode of inheritance is inconsistent. The next mode is X-linked recessive. In X-linked recessive, the allele is again found on X chromosome, but an individual must only have a recessive allele to show the trait. In this pedigree, Aaliyah would have to be X-r, as she has the trait, but her father, Leto, would have to be X-large-ry, leaving Aaliyah unable to inherit two recessive alleles. The final mode of inheritance is Y-linked, where the allele is located on the Y chromosome. This mode of inheritance is inconsistent with the pedigree, since Ghanima and Leah are both females and do not have a Y chromosome.